Ever heard about Paul Ekman? Paul Ekman is a researcher who learned about microfacial expressions. There's a book called The Blink, which was written by Malcolm Gladwell, which is a Canadian author, that talks about how he went to Guinea or something like that. Like he studied some tribes, and he was able to basically put a map on someone's face, and every expression was pointed out with different numbers about different wrinkles, and basically that your face is like an open canvas. He said that your face is like basically like a penis. It has a mind of its own. Basically, as much as you want to control your facial expression, your face always tells the truth no matter what. And if you have a good eye, like poker player and this and that, usually you'll become an expert at paying attention at facial expressions. This is what Google has to say about Paul Ekman.
According to Paul Ekman Group, Ekman travels to Papua New Guinea to study the nonverbal behavior of the four people. He chose these people as they were an isolated, Stone Age culture located in the Southeast Highlands. Ekman's research provided the strongest evidence to date that facial expressions are universal.
I'm going to show you another video in a second. This is in Malcolm Gladwell's book. He talks about when Ekman first time that Ekman saw Bill Clinton in 1992, and then within his facial expression, which I believe he calls it's an AU, 12, 15, 17, and 24 with an eye roll. And basically, just with that facial expression, he knew basically he was portraying as a bad boy, and then he was probably a cheater. So he called the staff of Bill Clinton and asked him if he needed a coach to, have a training on how to express himself better. And they're like, no way, we're gonna take the risk that Bill Clinton was actually hired a coach to teach him how to lie. Okay, so in this British game show, this is a perfect example. There's a gentleman and there's a girl playing this game for money, and I guess they have to trust each other at the end, because they're gonna explain the game here. But basically, the players have to choose between steal and the other one has to choose split. So pay attention on both people, and trying to, even if you're never studying Paul Ekman's theory, we all have that capacity to actually study people's facial expression. But you got to pay attention. Most people don't. But if you do, pay attention on which one is acting maybe awkward, let's say, or different, and who's honest or who isn't. Let's watch this.
If one of you chooses split and the other one chooses steal, whoever chooses the split ball goes home with nothing. But whoever chooses the steal ball goes home with the whole £40,015. Here's the rub. If you both choose the steal ball, you both go home with nothing. Right, I want you to look at your two golden balls to see which is the split ball and which is the steal. Very important you remember what they are.
Keep paying attention to the facial expression.
Happy you know which is the split and which is the steal balls? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Before I ask you to choose split or steal, I'm just going to give you a little time to talk to each other. It's been a very, very eventful day, and you probably have a few things you want to say.
We have come such a long way together. I've brought you through, you brought me through, so we're both equals. 20,000, which is half, is more than I thought I would go away with today. So I am more than happy to split with you if I can trust you to do the same with me. I guaranteed you, I can shake on it now, I guaranteed you at the beginning of the game, if you took me through that round, I would split, and I still intend to split with you.
What I'm going to say to you is, I had my cards read, and I was told if I play fair, I will come away with a substantial amount of money. I'm going to look into your eyes when we're asked to make the decision, and I'm going to be truthfully honest with you. If I look into your eyes and I see that you're genuine and you're going to split that money with me, I promise you I will make the same decision with you. Can't be more straightforward and honest than that.
I'm going to ask you to choose a split or a steal ball now.
I've made my decision. I'm choosing this ball.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Steve, Tracy. Split or steal? Oh. Steve, you have just stolen £40,015. I have to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Tracy, you've just lost £20,007.50.
Oh well, I came in a bit
How do you feel?
gutted. I really trusted you.
So this is a perfect example on how you have to pay attention on facial expressions. There are things, especially I think around his eyes, which I'm going to show you in a second, how you could see there's fear, and there's actually, obviously there was a lot of fear because he knew he was doing something very bad and stealing all of her money. Her, you can see she's quite genuine and this and that. Facial expression is extremely important to pay attention on. When you pause the video, you can clearly see the fear that he has in his eyes. I mean, obviously the whole thing was obvious, but yeah, it goes to show, just be careful and study facial expressions. Very, very important.